Hello, everyone. Scoops here. Welcome back to some more Return to Grace. In the last episode, we made some potential important decisions. We chose not to follow control and chose to stay with everybody else, I guess is the best way to phrase that. And yeah, we find ourselves here kind of in this another spire. I think we're getting close to Grace's processing units. I think this is where the, what do you call it, emissary? I think is the name, lives. So let's check this out.
Pretty basic accommodations.
Yep. Is it going to be the same for all of them? You know I have to check. This place doesn't look evil at all, by the way. That red light is always
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
yeah. Red lights always connotate love and acceptance.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
Check it out.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end, with Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
Doesn't sound like the Inner Circle wanted Grace shut down.
No, not at all. Okay. Yeah, we have to know why she was shut down and then like what we can do. Was there a reason she was shut down? Did she shut down of her own accord? The door is busted. That's
I need
fun.
my light.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm gonna step outside to do this because I don't want to get like jump scared. Oh, I broke the light. Right. That's
Nope.
upsetting.
Were you thinking it might fix itself after your fall?
You're welcome to say it, Mom.
There's nothing for me to say that you don't already know.
Ooh, so that was potentially a consequence. If I did anything but that way, I might have not broken my light and then been able to see what's in there. Interesting, interesting. Well done, game. Well done.
This door certainly looks important. How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Open door. Does that have something to do with this?
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
Are we sure? How sure are we? Ooh, triangle symbol? Figure symbol.
This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper.
Poke it.
The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace.
Human figures.
And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace.
Anything else like an ring symbol?
This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess?
Okay, my finger went away. Gotta try somewhere else. What about this side? Something different? There's one here. And the keeper is no longer above.
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
Tell me more, though. This is clearly different.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history. Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Okay. Tell me more.
If this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door. As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here. Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the three tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new keeper.
That's idiotic.
Do it.
I'm the keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I'm the keeper.
Hey.
Congratulations on your
Ooh.
new job, Eddie. Yeah,
Oh,
congrats.
beautiful.
My god. This is really it.
Whoa, this is some hand of God stuff right here. The organ.
This must be where all the wishes
That's what it
end
looks
up.
like. Whoa. We got behind us. Tubes.
Each tube must connect with a room in the settlement.
Not that many tubes, though, I will say. I do want to check this out, but I'm also really curious about what's up here. Is that like another door? Okay, it looks like it goes further, so let's check this thing out. Control device. Fun blinking lights.
What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Can I use it?
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Do it.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us.
Grace?
I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
Ooh.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around.
I want
Is
to play
this
the
a
theremin.
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
Do it.
It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session.
I
It
knew
was
there'd
good
be a
enough for
achievement.
Everett. It's good enough for me.
Fine. Yeah, okay, so Emmett didn't know why it got shut off. Why Grace got shut off. That's interesting.
He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years. Decent-sized bed. You think keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
It'd be a very uncomfortable place to live. I mean, like, getting this view would be beautiful, but, like, living in a weird tent in the middle? I don't know about that. Okay, is there anything here I can take advantage of?
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed. And I think we can assume Everett was not using it to send wishes to Grace.
Oh, this is when I wish I had my flashlight to see what's in there.
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Yes.
Maybe.
I would think the mechanism for transporting wishes to Grace would be housed somewhere on Everett's
Fine,
workstation.
I'll go over there.
That does make sense.
Also appreciate that these lights on the top, like these kind of tubes, also sort of mirror the tubes here. Whole things. Hit buttons.
Ah,
Nice to meet ya.
one of the
Cavity.
blocks is missing. looks like it was ripped out. You don't suppose Everett crawled in here?
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire.
And do what?
On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
I really wish he explained himself more, you know what I mean? Because he might be right. But we just don't know. The most maddening thing. And my curiosity must be sated. We have to go in, right? There's no other way. Maybe I'll,
Well, I fit.
I don't know,
Now
have a
what?
post
You're
video.
going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside.
Can I go really fast? Go run.
Only the switch on the console will raise the container.
What do you think I just did? Yee! Oh, that'd be so... That would have hit my stomach so hard. Ooh, I'm getting GLaDOS vibes here. Oh, this doesn't look like fun. Are we going to find his body?
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Ooh.
And they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here.
Yeah, jumping has famously worked well for me in the past. I don't think I have an
These
option
are
though,
meant to be
so...
moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
You're a collection of wishes. Interesting.
The wishes are grouped together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
I guess. Famously, humans aren't, you know, the most consistent people in the world. Ooh. Set up a bed here.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Well, that's
Aw,
kind of
man.
welcoming.
Sorry, pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone?
Assimilated into it.
Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Can I use some? Because
Restoring
apparently I'm
grace
low.
must have meant a great deal to him.
Okay, I want to look around a little bit more. Is there really anything else here?
Everett
Tools?
was building something.
Machine?
So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
This must be where all those missing parts from the spire have gone. Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Okay.
This must be the primer.
It is.
Hit the button. Down. Yeah, crank it. Turn those lights on.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
I don't know. This feels wrong too. I feel. You ever get that sense you're dooming humanity?
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
Assuming that means we have to hit another button somewhere.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
That one. Pretty sure. That one. Oh, wait, maybe not. That one seems to be hitting a thing. That one seems to be hitting a thing. Or is it supposed to be hitting that?
Look for the beam that is not aimed at the central platform.
Am I crazy? Oh, it's that one. Okay. So then we have to, like... I don't know.
You have to align the relay. You have to align the relay. You have to align the relay.
Do I have to, like, jump out? Okay, wait. It was over here, so can I jump?
Do you
Okay,
think it
I can.
will hurt? Did he turn into Grace?
Can I jump
Not
up there?
at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
If we're confident of that. Ooh.
It will be different, but who's to say you won't like it?
This seems like a bad call.
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Oh! I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Mom's grown up.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Do it.
Do it.
Here I go.
Good. Feet up.
How you doing, pal?
So far, so good. Oh!
No.
Keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
Okay, no, no. Oh, what? No, come on.
Well done. Hold on, Addie.
Please
I
hurry.
did it. I did it
You have to
fine.
move, Addie.
I can't hold it.
Hurry, Addie.
There we go. We're good.
You did
Jump
it,
down.
pal. So proud of you. I did, didn't I?
You did it, pal.
Yes. Well done.
Let's go. Ooh, that would be like the hardest thing to do.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Like we will have to do, I guess.
You should be able
Use.
to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
Game turret. That one?
That's
Yeah.
it.
You should now be
Yay.
able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
You were a great friend, Addie. Never had so much fun before you arrived.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, pal.
To think of it, I don't remember anything before you arrived.
Because you didn't
Maybe next
exist,
time,
kind of.
We'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You
Right,
mean
how do I
the
do this?
dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
Yes, but then you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going
I
forward.
don't know about that.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed. But I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
You really are the best, Addie.
Oh, this doesn't feel good.
I think I love you.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
You should
Okay,
not
here
expect
we
any
go.
emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
Sounds logical.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician.
There we go. So I'm
One
assuming we have
thing
to
I
jump
do
across
not
here.
understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
What are you talking about?
You were prepared to enter this spire without enough oxygen to make it back to your ship. A class of ship, from my records, that would not hold enough fuel for a return trip.
And why are you asking me this now?
I suppose it might have been comical to see how Mum would have handled the realization.
You don't think she knew?
Possibly, but I didn't see the point in drawing attention to it. I'm not inherently cruel.
Ooh, that's a revelation.
What's wrong with it?
Are we being drawn to
The
Grace
dim
already?
switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
I'm hitting buttons again, aren't I? 113.
This looks complex.
Okay,
I understand
see.
you will not be wanting my help, so it will not be offered.
Huh.
No,
I'll
and then
also
this
let
one.
you lay in the bed.
Yep.
That's it?
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
And do you think I found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Ooh, that's
Well,
an analysis.
This is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
Yeah, if this is driven by
Just you and me, Control.
almost greed in a way,
Still sulking, I see.
that's a curious one.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
I wonder if I actually can. Can I turn back at this
You
point?
must not do this.
Not that I
Addie.
want to, but, you know. Would be a way. I do want to look up what happens. As with any game where there's multiple endings, it's always fun to check it out.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
What does that mean?
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural. You must not proceed.
Gotta hit the button. Gotta push it.
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He loved Grace.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are ensuring... No!
Ooh, now we get to find out.
Grace,
Did I just doom
Yes,
humanity?
you're really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie. At the center of this room is the spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way.
Ooh, that seems dodgy.
I was programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind. There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn. All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
Yeah, that part scares me.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
How are you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that was sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Wow. Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me.
Here you go,
Whether or
Control.
not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall that red bloom you chose in my garden? It was flush with passion and promise. I believe it still suits you. You were determined to overcome challenges on your own. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You are drawn to adventure. You took the time to listen to the voices of so many who traveled here. You had the courage to jump the canyon span, as well as the strength to pick yourself up after your predictable downfall. You used mind over ladder, and you play the theremin wonderfully.
Well,
You, Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
ooh. It's a good question. Do we actually get a choice? No, we don't. Yeah. I mean, she makes some compelling arguments. Ooh. Do I recognize any of these names? I don't think so. Yeah, well, that was Return to Grace. There's definitely some, kind of parts in the recap that highlighted what I made decisions for, which I thought was a nice touch. I'm curious if you did kind of adhere to Control along the way, if you would have done the same. Or if it would have resulted in the same kind of ending, or if it would have just, cut it short at some point. You get, the bad ending, and it's like, do you want to reload and try that again? Potentially. But yeah, honestly, I think it was... I really enjoyed this game. Very simple, very short, but raised some interesting questions, had kind of a nice message, and, maybe the support of Ontario Creates. The people. Yeah, I honestly really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Ooh, you have...
Small excursion, she said. Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety. All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the Mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
Fell out. Not my fault. Witnessed Alan's face. Alrighty, but yeah, that was Return to Grace. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you again at the next series, which I have some ideas, but I don't know yet. We'll see. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you had a good time. Hope to see you again next time. Have a good day. Bye.